Mango After Hours podcast is only for general information, personal use, and entertainment purposes. We do not guarantee the accuracy or completeness of any statements made by guests. The views expressed by guests are their own and may not reflect those of the producers, sponsors, or the host. Nothing shared should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. Always consult qualified professionals before making decisions based on this content. Mention of specific brands or products does not imply endorsement. All trademarks are property of their respective owners. Now, sit the fuck down and enjoy the show.
Gentlemen, welcome to episode number 17 of the Mango After Hours podcast. Why is it after hours? Because we close the doors and we bring the guest in. Today we have Craft Farmer in the flesh. But before we get to him, we'd like to thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank Trollmaster, the future of intelligent farming. Think LED, best lights in the market. Lastly, Mango Tech Store. Look at this beautiful spot. There is no better backdrop for a podcast than the Mango Tech Store. And Mango Juice. If you ain't juicing, you're losing. What's up, bitch?
Bro. Hey.
Just fucking start right up.
Juicing for all sports, juicing for MMA fighting, allow steroids and juicing. I'm all for that.
Exactly.
I'll sign the petition right now. Let them fight.
Let them fight. You know, let's see how much of the best you can get.
100%. 100%.
I gotcha.
I'm for it.
So glad to have you on board.
Yes, for sure.
That's what we're talking. We got the A-list on the podcast.
Got the motherfucking A-list. About time. Ratings are going up, Tyler. Check the numbers.
This is going to be an interesting.
These motherfuckers had to bait me with a sushi dinner to get me out here. Hey, we're going to put it on Jason's tab, though.
I told him he could bring a light, too, and he didn't bring a fucking light.
Fucking sold out. All my lights are accounted for. Like, day to day, this shit is crazy. I don't have stock. Like, I mean, your stock's impressive, but I'm in high demand.
There you go. Attaboy, attaboy. So, Craft. You've made quite a name for yourself in this industry, and we're gonna break it
on
down.
My own fucking blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes, sir.
I ain't no fucking team. I'm a solo rider, like fighting tooth and nail.
Yes, sir. And then
number one underrated in this motherfucking bitch right here in the flesh.
You know what? I think that's gonna be. I don't know. We're gonna have to compete for that title.
Underrated?
Or underrated and most.
You got that China money, dude. There's no competition. Don't be coming at me saying that, bro. This ain't no China money. This is straight out the mud money.
That China money didn't make by itself, you know.
No,
who was?
No, it didn't.
You know,
hey, I'm the first one to give you the flowers. You know that. I'm one of your biggest fans. One of your biggest cheerleaders. When you're not in the room, I'm slapping people across the face if they disrespect you. So
you know, just like a lot of people say, hey, you know, he wouldn't have that grow if he didn't have, you know, China money. But at the end of the day, listen, there's many people that don't have fucking grows or this or the other. That guy believed in me.
For
and
sure.
He didn't really know me, but he's seen my work ethic.
Well, not too many people know the story. I mean, if you're going to bring that up, and I didn't mean it like that, but they don't know. It didn't go all the way back to Oregon. You were doing a side job, and Jason came in, and I mean, that's how the relationship started. So, you know, I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for Jason. I got nothing but love for the 23 fucking engineers over there in China doing all this shit. I got nothing but love for Trollmaster Thinkro. You know, I'm just a little outspoken sometimes.
I think we both are. And then, like I said, that's why, you know, some people might look at that as cocky or arrogant. But you know what? Like I tell people all the time, you know, if you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be going into this industry and think that you're going to just, you know, walk on eggshells and who's going to hire you, who's going to buy your products. It's just not going to happen.
And I'll be the first person to help somebody and be right there for them. You know what I'm saying?
We always did. Like,
whether they like me or not.
Yeah, like
hey, your money, hey, their money's good with us. You like us or hate us, your greenbacks are good. We'll take blue bills.
That's right.
Bring hundreds. Come on.
All money's green. It all spends the same. It doesn't know where it comes from. That's what I vote.
Whoever you're voting for, if you're spending your money that day, I'm on your team.
That's funny.
You know?
Just like you said, you know, you like to teach people. And then that's kind of how I started my Instagram career, you could call it, in 2014. I was very anti-social media. I've always said this. I didn't want to post shit. We came from Florida. We didn't believe in the forums. I guess there was forums here on the West Coast. Didn't know anything about forums. And when I started this social media thing, it's just because I wanted to see how people built their stuff. You know, back then they didn't have where you could, you know, make the screen bigger and look at the builds. So we had to actually screen shoot and then see how people built facilities. And then I got kind of comfortable with the Instagram thing, and then I started teaching, you know, how I did my stuff, you know, and whether they liked it or not, it's just kind of how I did things. You know, back 2014, 2015, when I started defoliating, you know, I got ridiculed. I said this, I told the story a bunch of times.
But we still get ridiculed on a bunch of shit we do. Still to this day, it's like,
To-
look at how
to this
successful we are.
fucking day,
You still want to try to
100%.
ridicule me and your broken ass fucking trailer you live in on your brown traded down couch, and you want to tell me how I'm not winning. You know, like, look at the zeros in the bank account. Like,
They
proof's in
fucking
the
do it all
pudding.
the time. Doesn't stop. I mean, I've been made fun of so many fucking times. Like, at what point are you gonna realize, okay, this guy might be an asshole or a dick or arrogant or whatever, but you know what? What he's doing seems to be working because he's still fucking here. You know,
Yeah.
same thing with you.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. So let's break it down to the very beginning of craft farming, because I've heard some of the stories. I think I've known you for a while now, but no matter who sits in this chair, by the time I'm done with the podcast, there's stuff that I learn about that person that I've never heard,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we want to get, you know, out of you into the viewers. You know, I know that you were born in Humboldt, right?
Mendocino.
Mendocino, right?
Yeah.
And then you said, like, you know, it was pretty like raw, rural area, like.
Very as rural as it can get, more rural than anybody can understand. I'm here with Owen, my brother. You know, anytime I can get him with me, I want to have him. Both him and I were born in a log cabin, you know, much smaller than a quarter your store. No power, no running water, just, you know, like that's how it was back then. That's what my parents were into, and you know, we were built in this tiny little log cabin that my mom and dad built together by cutting logs down, you know, that they could carry. So we had very humble beginnings. We grew up just with each other and our imagination. It was like that for a very, very long time. You know, I don't think we had power till I was 12 or 13, something like that, you know.
Jesus, generators?
No,
Nothing.
candlelight.
Fuck
What-
it, okay,
you
raw.
live when the sun rises and it's evening when the sun settles. You know what I mean? Like, and then in our life, everything was just imagination. You know, sword fighting and knights and cowboys and Indians. Like, you know, and then we finally got power, and then we found pro wrestling, and you know, me and him took off on that. you know?
That's where the belt comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
'cause
belt comes from the pro wrestling.
Okay.
I always wanted to be a pro wrestler in high school. Like going to graduate, I'm like, man, I'm going to do this. Like I'm going to be a pro wrestler. Like I really believe that.
You got the personality.
You know that I could do it. I whoop some ass too. I'll
You
just
got the
got the
personality.
personality. Put some hands on someone if they need it.
I got you.
But
So did your dad grow weed?
dad grew weed.
Okay. All right. Hippie?
Nah, not. I mean, not hippie of like when people think of what a hippie was. He was a very hard worker. He was a craftsman. He's very good with wood building. But back then, you know, it was serious. Like growing weed was trying to hide your shrubs and tie them down throughout manzanita brush and stuff out in Mendo. So wasn't like huge grows, you know, but on the side. And my dad he was always known to have the best weed in town. And I never forget it. Like one time I was a sophomore in high school. My dad was really strict with us, really hard on us, really black and white with us. You know, we didn't know he grew. And man, I was a freshman in high school in line to get my free lunch. You know what I mean? Getting my coffee, cake, and yogurt from Point Arena High. And this chick comes blowing in the door, and she was like, holy shit, Lance. Like, she just yelled out in the cafeteria, Lance's dad has the best weed. And I heard her say that, and I was like, what did you say, you bitch? How dare you disrespect us? You know what I mean? Like, how dare you disrespect my dad like that? He's a hard-ass worker. He doesn't grow no weed. I didn't know he grew weed. You know what I mean? So, like, it's
See
ironic.
what I mean? You always hear stories that are classic, and this is the kind of shit that.
Owen was the troublemaker, though, of us. Like,
Oh,
I
really?
kept it clean and narrow. Owen's down there stealing weed, stealing buds, rolling it up in paper, you know, like your writing paper, and trying to smoke and chief these big fucking hogs behind the shop and shit. He was just smoking in his car before he went to work. Owen was a troublemaker.
Who's older?
I am.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, by 4 years.
By 4 years. All right. Damn, Owen. All right, Owen. Like to hear that.
Yeah.
Sick. So what happened after this? This girl kind of, you know, she
Nothing.
kind of blew your dad up. You know, I
Nothing.
guess.
Didn't change anything. Like,
Did you
I'm
go
of
home and say, "Hey, Dad"?
I'm of the old school mind. Like, I don't play that bullshit about assuming things. Like, as a man, a woman, you come to me and you tell me something, I'm gonna believe that. It came out your mouth. Like, I'm gonna have enough respect for you that I'm gonna believe what you said. He said that he didn't grew. This fucking bitch said he did. I run with my blood. Like, he doesn't grow. Shut your fucking mouth. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Unless it comes from the horse's mouth, I don't believe it. I don't play those games.
So at what point did you realize, shit, my dad did grow weed?
Like a year after that, we found some plants. And Owen, of course, they go out of town. They go to Hawaii, and Owen's like, let's go get in the safe and get this weed. I'm like, nah, man, we shouldn't be doing that. Owen is just fucking troublemaker.
The trouble, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, but it wasn't anything to us, you know, like where we lived and what was going on there. Like every family relied on, you know, some kind of weed market or growing. Like it was a lot different back then. There's a lot of guerrilla growers, people we knew that were full-time growers, but it was just such a part of our I mean, I remember when we were kids going over to the power line and dude, we'd roll our bikes up on camp because we were so like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Hey guys, like, hey, stay back, kids. What are you doing over here? Like, dude, look at the fucking Army Rangers are here. You know what I mean? Like, we rolled up on camp every year when they were doing all their raids and everything and like check them out. I mean, they're always cool to us. Check their guns out, you know, check their setups out. But like they were hitting the valley directly across from our property. And we'd just be smashing our bikes out there to catch them flying away. You know, shit's falling on the street and stuff.
Yeah, with the bushes.
Yeah, and I mean, they would just do massive fucking bows of it. Yeah, for sure.
Insane.
So it was cool, like thinking back, like, you know, we were right there firsthand, here are these kids, you know, like out there in the woods watching this happen. And
you were saying, fuck, I want to do that one day. I want to be that one guy.
That didn't happen then. You know, it was kind of weird how my shit happened. I wasn't really a smoker. I didn't sell weed, nothing. And then when I went to Arizona, something happened when I was out there and everything just clicked for me.
You went to Arizona for what?
I went to Arizona just to get out of, you know, Point Arena. You know, I didn't want to feel stuck. People that stayed there just kind of was just one of the trades. And
what age?
18.
So kind of out of high school?
Yeah.
Out of high school?
Yep, right out of high school.
So 2000 you went to Arizona?
2001 I went down there, and then when I got down there, just hanging out with some roughnecks, you know, some troublemakers. And once I started smoking, it was just something happened, because it was much more than just smoking for me. Like something happened where I instantly had this fucking voice that was just like, dude, you have to grow your own weed. And so everything from that point moving forward was focused on getting to the top of the mountain, and that was growing weed back home in California.
Okay. Did you have any jobs while you were in high school? Did you have any
I worked since I was like 13.
What'd you do? What kind
Fuck, what didn't I do? You know, I worked at the Walla supermarket packing the cooler with sodas, milk, stuff like that. I worked in the restaurant across the street bussing tables, worked at the Walla Hotel as a chef. Like from the moment I was 14, I always had work. I had that work ethic in me.
What drove you to go to Arizona? What
was the difference? I needed a break. You know,
but why Arizona?
My mom was there, so it's easy. It was an easy, you know, change. She's in my ear, being like, "Hey, you need to see something else. You can't just be there your whole life. You know, come out there and come see us." And so I went out there. Okay. That lasted about a year, and then I came home.
So when you went to Arizona, you kind of met some people. I'm assuming that, you know,
made some money.
You started smoking some weed.
Yep.
And then you had
saw that I could make a couple big plays down there.
Yep, I can see what's happening.
Made a couple big plays, and then that kind of just started things for me.
So then you went back to Humboldt, to Mendocino?
No, to Santa Rosa after that.
Okay, and that's kind of where you're now. I mean, you've been there
Santa Rosa now. Yep.
For a while. Okay.
Yeah, I've been in Santa Rosa since 2003.
Okay.
You know, 2002, something like that.
And did you start? Were you growing outdoors or were you growing indoors?
I went right to indoor.
Right to indoor. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I studied it for like a year and a half, like planning it all out. Like I knew for me, like I was seeing people getting in trouble, like growing in rentals and shit. Mm-hmm. And I knew that like I can't waste my time with a rental. I can't waste my time having an issue, having my grow, you know, exposed, have to tear it down. So I knew that I had to get a house. I knew that I had to buy a house to be able to grow. And so like all my fucking attention and everything went to manifesting, to buying a home, which was very, very unrealistic for me at the time. But I made it happen.
And I'm assuming having a job and hustling packs or whatever it is to be able to figure out how to buy the house.
Well, I really was able to get the house because like I just played the system.
Okay.
Really.
And so you got to do whatever you got to do.
Exactly. That's what I felt. I was like, look, it's not fair that I can make the money to pay for this house and they won't give me this loan because I don't look good enough on paper.
Correct.
You know, like, so I was kind of like, fuck you. I deserve this. I'm going to get it. And that's what I did.
Kind of like, that's the difference between, I hate to say it, but, a lot of people say that, A students are going to succeed, but a lot of times A students and B students are great employees in a way because, they're rule followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the C and the D people turn to be a little bit more of a entrepreneurs. You're not going to follow the rules and the laws. You're going to figure it out one way or another. I'm going to get here.
Yeah. I'm a real go-getter. And if I want something, I'm going to get it. I'm like a dog on a bone. Like, I understand that like maybe there's something I want and it's far in the distance and I know it's just not something easily I can just get that. So I will hit the steps necessary to climb the ladder to get to that goal that I need. Like I can do very long-term plays. Like another reason for my success and working with peers of mine in the industry and seeing how they move and what they do, I can play the long game better. I've played it. I'm prepared for it. I've been playing the long game for 20 fucking years. And when I say long game, willing to do whatever it takes and knowing you're not going to get a reward right away. There might be a reward a year down the road. Like I just play that long game very, very well.
And people don't understand that, especially nowadays with the way that social media is. Like, you put a post, you put a story, you put a reel, and within a half hour, an hour, you're looking to see how many likes, how many comments, stuff like that. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. In real life, it's not like that. You gotta plant the seeds. Like an old cliche is like, if you plant a seed today, tomorrow you don't get to reap the fruits of your labor. That culminates into a lot of work. Over the years before you actually get any fruit. You can go harvest anything out of it. Kind of that's the same thing, as life in cannabis. What's up, guys? It's Mango here, and we're in the center of the Mango Tech showroom. When you say Troll Master, you think controllers. When you say Thinker LED, you think lighting. I'm here to tell you that Troll Master and Thinker are a whole cultivation system. Today, we're going to touch on ICL 300s and the Aero fans. There is no better combination in the market. ICL 300s are an inner canopy light that you set inside the canopy, and no, they're not 300 watts like some people may think. They're still 120 watts, but the 300 comes because they shine in 300 degrees. The ICL 150, that's up and coming here shortly, shines at 150 degrees because of its reverse V or A-frame style fixture. The 120 that's coming out is just like all the other regular ICLs or under canopy lights in the market. The ICL 300 and the ICL 150 are 4-spectrum tunable channel lights. That means you can play with each spectrum up and down to figure out what your strain likes best. All right, behind me, you see a single tier and a double tier. On the single tier, we have the ICL 300s on some PVC stands and some Thinker LED stands that bring the inner canopy light into the canopy, so the whole canopy gets lit up adaxially and abaxially, not just like an under canopy light, abaxially. All right, let's focus on the ICL 300 and the ICL 150. These are the Formula One, the Bugatti, the Ferrari of all inner canopy lights. Nothing comes even close to what these pair can do. Why? Because they're 4-channel spectrum tunable lights. You can tune your whites, your deep reds, your far reds, and your UV to a recipe that suits your plants. You guys remember at the beginning when I said that Troll Master and Thinker LED are a cultivation system, not just a lighting and controller company. And this is exactly what I was talking about. The ICLs are now set on a unistrut rail system that you'll never have to waste any time putting and taking off any stands. The rail will also double as a mount for your new Troll Master Aero fans to deliver freshly climate controlled CO2 enriched air into your canopy. Nothing else comes close. Check it out. If you're interested in this system, hit the link below, www.mangotech.store. We got you. From A to Z, one-stop shop. Let's go. When you said you started going to grow indoors, was there a role model, a person that you looked up to at that point? Or
yeah, there was.
Okay.
There was a guy named Tim. And Tim at that time was a very, very good friend of mine, and we worked together at the stereo shop. And I just always looked up to Tim, and he was very well educated. And so Tim and I did this design together, this room. I bought everything, and then I gave Tim 25% of my first run to do it with me.
Was Tim your age or a little bit older?
Tim was a few years older than me. I want to say Tim was like 3 or 4 years older than me.
And he's grown already.
He was grown already, yeah.
Sick. Okay, I got you. What was the first setup? What was the first setup? Describe your first
Way
setup.
better than fucking these scabs I see online.
Okay.
And,
that's
to be
obviously
honest. And this was back in 2000 and fucking, dude, this was back in like, 2003, I think. You know, so I went down to Marin Hydro. Marin Hydro was the shit at the time. They ran game up in NorCal. They're the ones who originally invented the purple Nanolux adjustable ballast. They had the first adjustable ballast. So we went down there, and there's this, no disrespect to Dawn, but Dawn was like a crackhead behind the counter. She was just like wearing sweats and like rail fucking thin, and there's something just super weird about her. But like she ran the game down there, you know. So I went down and saw Dawn, you know, gave her my list. We did 4 air-cooled HPS lamps, you know, with 2 fans, intake, outtake, pull air through it. We did 2 4x8 flood and drain tables with a 40-gallon res under each one. Aluminum white table stands, AC in the window, dehumidifier on the floor, flood and drain, and some wall fans. And CO2, and that was the setup right there.
Cool. Okay, so obviously it's automated.
Automated flood and drain.
Okay. What kind of medium?
The very first medium was rock wool.
Sick.
Little croutons.
Okay, all right.
Did the croutons the first time, did the Hugos the second time, did the cocoa the third time, and then never went back from cocoa.
Okay. How did you get genetics?
How did I get genetics? That's a great question. To be honest, I can't even remember how we got them.
Clones.
But it might have been like, I remember back then I was buying clones off Craigslist. So like you
Craigslist was fucking big.
Craigslist was hot, and like dude
back then.
would drive to you and fucking had banging clones and cash them out there on the spot, delivered them, you know, and I did hella business on Craigslist buying clones and shit back then.
That is insane because I remember back.
It was so easy.
When I got to California in 2010.
List of fucking clone sellers. It was crazy.
I couldn't believe it because I obviously.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, is this a setup?
Yes, 100%. I came from Florida.
You're like, fuck, dude, that's when I fucking first met, shout out to PCG in Oakland. I met them in a Home Depot parking lot.
I don't know who PCG is.
Dude, just
Purple City Genetics. Okay.
Absolute legends in this.
you, yeah.
Put them on your list to have on.
If you said Purple City Genetics, it makes it. No, I've talked to
legends,
guys,
and it's 2 brothers.
I know the acronym.
2 brothers, and so I got to meet both of them. You know what I mean? They're the ones that did it. And so huge respect. Shout out to PCG. They've been around for a long time. I got nothing but love for those guys.
Library. They're out of Oakland, right? Oakland.
I mean, they've been getting it out the gutter for fucking decades. Much respect to them.
Yeah, and they're still around.
They're still here. They're still doing big things. They've made people millions of dollars with their crosses. Much respect to those boys. I hope they're doing well.
What was the first crop? How'd it come out?
Granddaddy Purple. Turned out amazing. Sold it for $3,800 a pound.
Oh my God.
I was just like, holy shit, I'm fucking him. In that moment, I knew I was fucking him, and I'm about to take over this neighborhood.
Sick. Okay.
My shit stunk from fucking down the street. Dude, we were so him, Owen and I would just go to the liquor store and buy boxes of fucking grape swishers. And we didn't give a fuck. We were trapping out that house so hard. We turned the music all the way up. We'd be listening to fucking reggae, pounding it was epic. Epic time. Smoking blunts, blowing the fucking speakers out of that motherfucker. Growing in the fucking back room. I mean, it was life. Santa Rosa. I'm still in that house today.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah.
That's the same house. All right,
Same
cool.
house. Fucking, yeah.
And then, all right, so then did you ever develop another room, or from that point on?
Oh, yeah. Did I ever?
Right?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Let's hear about it.
Get on this train or get off. Like,
was it in that house, or did you
No.
say, fuck it, let's just...
Yes,
okay,
I moved out of the rear bedroom, blew up the whole garage, did a 12-lighter there. Okay. Then I started doing, grows in warehouses. We need to put fucking 30 lights at my stereo shop. We need to put 24 lights at my stereo or at my movie theater. We need to put 26 lights over here, 23 lights. Oh, I'll partner with this guy, do 16 lights here. So, yeah, man, I was just making my loops all day long, 7 days a week, running it.
And I remember that you, now that I'm talking to you, it's kind of coming back. You ran in a stereo shop.
Yeah.
You owned a stereo shop,
Yep.
right? Correct?
Audio Legends.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. and then you ran that for a while.
Yeah, and I did real legit work out of there. I mean, I'll never forget it. Like I had some sheriffs that were customers, and they're bringing their car in, and they're in the bay, and like my back wall, my building's a false wall, and there's 30 lights back there, and here I am bullshitting with this guy and talking about his thing and putting his boat stereo in, and a couple times they came when we were trimming in there and knocked on the door and shit, and
Holy shit.
I did some wild shit, dude.
These are some of the little things that I've heard in the past, not really in depth, but that was pretty
No fear when it came to that shit. Like obviously I was scared like in that moment, like when they're there and stuff, but like I was like, this is what I have to do. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to get somewhere. You know what I mean? Like we come from such humble beginnings. I'm going to be a difference.
When you come from nothing, there's no better teacher than the struggle.
And when I say like come from, I'm talking just from a money standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I had an amazing home. I feel like God gave me Owen. I couldn't imagine my life without Owen. You take everything out of my life, and my life is amazing. I have no attachment to anything. As long as I have my brother, you can have it. You know what I mean? Like nothing phases me.
Sick. And I understand what you're saying because I came from that kind of background too. I had a great family. My parents they never got divorced. They were married. They always showed me love. But when we came to America, we had nothing. We had money in Colombia. Everything went broke. Everything went south, and then they immigrated to this country to try to give us a better life. And we skipped the Miami thing. We went straight to Palm Beach, and I paid for half my schooling, my soccer. My soccer abilities paid for the other half, but all my friends were rich, and then I was always like, "Fuck, man, I want to be like that." I want to have that car. I want to have that
exactly
surfboard. I want to have the new Quicksilver trunks. You know what I'm saying? Because I had hand-me-downs, or we went to the what's it called? Salvation Army, or J.C. Penney, or whatever.
Pay and Take is where Owen and I used to go.
Where?
It's called Pay and Take. So it had all the used clothing.
Used clothing.
Back to school shopping. Hey, what do you guys want? Like, fuck it. I'll take my Johnny Appleseed shit I had last year,
Exactly. So I can understand what you're saying that, the struggle is there's no drive like struggle.
And I also didn't have, my dad was a very hard worker. I knew that if I was going to have anything, I'm not having it because I'm a genius or I have an artistic skill or anything like that. I knew from a very young age that I was going to have to work.
The grind.
And I knew that, and I totally accepted that. I embraced that, and from that moment on, that's all I've done is grind non-fucking stop. I take my L's on my chin and always fucking move laterally, but I'm always ended up moving forward. I might move back a couple times, but we're always moving forward.
Gotcha. Did you ever have any setbacks?
Yeah, my fucking middle name for 15 years was Setback. I mean, and it's not all fucking rainbows and
this is what builds character.
Candy,
It's not how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Setbacks were heavy. We've all gone through ours. In hindsight, at this point in my life, I wouldn't change anything.
Correct. But as an older person now, we can definitely, because I look back to stuff that I did, and like, fuck, man, I was an idiot.
Yeah, for sure.
I was
No,
stupid.
I mean, I definitely
I don't think I would do it today, but I wouldn't change nothing that I did. But it's like it's different when you're young.
Yeah.
You take risks because you just don't really understand the risk that you're taking, but you got to take it.
I wouldn't change that.
No other.
Yeah, and to be honest, though, I still wouldn't change anything. Like I'm just so different. Like I don't know how to explain it, and I don't talk about it very often. I don't tell too many people about it, but like when I'm just out there in the world and interacting with people and who I am and my character and how hard I will try for people, regardless of the real ones know, you know what I mean? Like I'm just different. I can see appreciation and gratefulness and all that stuff on a different level, I feel like.
We've talked about in the past about, our run-ins with the law and stuff like that. And there was a pretty cool story. I don't know if you want to get into it.
I don't hate the police. Like a lot of people like fuck the police and like I'm all for them. I love the police.
You got to have some kind of order.
I signed up for it. I played the game. I played the fucking game. I played it well. They won. You know what I mean? I've won, but like I have nothing but absolute love, respect for all law enforcement detectives. I'm not a cop hater. I'm not a law enforcement hater.
It's a game.
All that shit that people say, like,
no, you can't have lawlessness. You got to have somewhat law and order, and you got to, and just like you said, you got to understand. This is the game we decided to play.
And we were told the rules.
Correct.
If I don't agree with them and I don't play against them, it doesn't allow you to dislike an entity forced to
and don't get me
enforce
wrong,
them.
There's piece of shit officers for real, 100%.
For sure.
You can't just hate them all and put them all in the same blanket. So I'm with you on that, dude. There's definitely got to be some kind of law and order.
Where I've run from the police.
Yeah.
I've gotten caught by the police.
Yep.
I've been beat by the police. I've been robbed by the police. All those motherfuckers get a pass.
Yeah. There was a story that I liked they came into a place and then you spent some time in a fucking tank.
Yeah. Fucking water tank, dude.
A water tank. Would you like to get into that? Because that was a story that I have heard from you. Because we were sharing war stories from our past, and that was a classic one. And I think they would enjoy
that. That was just. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So. That was just a time where like I refused to leave. And every time that I have not followed my gut in a situation has never worked out for me. So anytime I've gotten that feeling in my stomach and I should have followed it, I should have fucking followed it. You know what I mean? Like anytime I didn't is when bad shit happened. And luckily in this situation, when they came in and swept the place, they swept it pretty quickly. They weren't there all fucking day, all long. But yeah, I was in a situation where I was in a greenhouse and they had come in and my first instinct was to run. And so I went to jet out the front of the fucking greenhouse and there was a helicopter like 20 feet. Back then they would use this strategy where they'd come down real low and try to blow the cover off the greenhouses. Okay. And it worked for a lot of times. Like if your shit wasn't fastened very well or it was hippie hoops or anything like that, that shit's getting grenaded and people would scatter like fucking mice. You know what I mean? And so I went to jet out the greenhouse. The fucking helicopter's there. I panicked. I ran back in. I could hear the vehicles. I didn't know what to do, so I got in a fucking compost tea tank. And I just got in the fucking tank. I went down to like my fucking chin. And I'm in this like 300-gallon tank. My fucking heart is pounding. Dude, and they fucking came in. They swept the greenhouse and they just fucking moved on. And I must have sat in that tank for it seemed like forever. Because I'm waiting, I'm like, dude, I'm going to stay in here till the next day. Like, I'm staying here to make sure that until they're totally gone. Like, I'm not going to get caught. I'm going to get away with this. Like, and I stayed in there till probably like 11 p.m. or something like that.
At what point in time did you think, is it safe to fucking get out?
When I didn't hear anything for hours. When I heard no noise for hours and hours and hours. That's when I knew it was safe.
Say, good thing it was a compost.
Dude, and I came out and I was fucking pruned out and fucking the shit we were using back then, bat guano and chicken shit and insect frass and fucking, coal, like just everything. It was fucking wild. Like my shit was pruned for like a week.
That's funny because I've heard this story before and I've never heard there was or maybe I'd never caught that it was a compost tank.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like
if it was a clear, I would have been fucked. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like if it was just water, you'd it
makes sense.
Dude, it was this tank that we had this blower hooked up to, and I was supposed to do the tea that day. Okay. You know what I mean? So thank God I had the tea, and the fucking tank was full, and bro, I just
you did your job.
I think Jesus saved me. Honestly, I was praying to Jesus. And Jesus was looking out for me that day. He was like, "It's not your turn, my son."
That's a good one. Oh my God! And then you said that was a greenhouse.
That was greenhouses.
So then you got out of that one. And what happened?
Well, we waited 6 months and fired it back up again.
Baby, yeah. That's what you do.
Ran it. I think we got away with it for another year, and then they came and raided again. And after that, it was time to just let that spot go.
I gotcha.
We don't want. I really didn't want to. At that point, I was in my feelings about, how disrespectful is it that I've now been caught 2 times and I'm going to do this a third. Like that's that. Thinking about it in hindsight, that was just such a big fuck you. Like I just felt like I had to take the L and tuck my tail and walk down the hill.
So what happened after that? How do you?
That's when I went to Mercy Santa Rosa and fucking kind of blew up a little bit.
And you did, and then I think that's when I started kind of talking to your meeting with you, or like talking through Instagram or whatever, and you did fucking well there.
Yeah, I did well there. I think I got like some of the very first Trollmaster Hydro X Pros and equipment, and did that whole install myself, and hooked everything up to it, and
Magnetics lights.
Magnetics lights, water cooled LEDs.
I've never seen, and that was pretty interesting to me.
That was really interesting, and yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, if I could have had those lights with under canopies, it would have been, because they were lacking reds, and
yes,
I would have fucking murdered it out there.
But you did murder it over there.
Yeah,
we did watching
good.
the videos and all that kind of shit.
We were crushing it. I was doing shit. I mean, even then, I felt like I was doing shit that no one else was doing. Like I had no fear. I took that whole place on. I didn't have employees.
No,
you saw me grinding. I'd be there at fucking 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Like everything I do, if someone takes a chance with me, I feel like I have something to prove to them. When I go to the deal, if I negotiate a deal and we come up with something and we sign a deal, I'll be the best performer you've ever had. Like there's something inside of me that like I have to fucking prove to you. I'm not concerned with how much money am I going to make, what's going to happen. My concern is proving to you that I can fucking do this. Proving to you and proving to myself.
What year was that?
That was 2017, 2018.
That's about the year that...
So I was selling them all my flour from my licensed facility in Calaveras on the hill. I was driving everything down. Fuck, dude. One time I got pulled over with 50 pounds in town. That was fucking wild. I thought I was done.
And what happened?
Dude, I get fucking pulled over. I've got fucking 50 pounds of duffel bags in the back. I'm on felony probation. I'm getting off in a week.
Oh, fuck. It always happens that way.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm done. I'm done. I'm like, dude, I got to do some crazy shit right now. I get out of the truck. The dude's like, get the fuck back in your truck. I walk around the front, open my passenger door. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting you my paperwork. I drove around with this fucking briefcase, like plastic folder of all my licenses, all my shit, everything. And I went over and dude, he's got his hand on his fucking gun, like looking at me. And
is this guy gonna, what's he
like,
gonna
dude, I can't sit in the truck. I have to do this. I have no options. I'm fucked.
I've been
You know what
there.
I mean? There's nothing else to do. And I went over and I just dumped the whole thing on his hood. I'm like, I got all my fucking paperwork. I'm just driving some clones back to my ranch. I'm licensed. Dude, and he saw that and just stopped. He was just like, Jesus Christ. What are you doing? I'm like, dude, like, I've been an outlaw for fucking 15 years. I'm licensed. I'm here. And like, I just kept rehearsing it over and over.
Yes, oh my God.
And the guy's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, just calm the fuck down. Like, get this shit together, And so I'm putting it all back together and they're just rolling in now. And I'm like, oh my God.
More of them.
There's like
They're
6 or
gonna
7 of them.
start
They're
checking the
going
car.
through my paperwork on the hood of his thing because I got it spread out on the hood. They didn't even go to my fucking truck.
Oh, did you have clones?
Yeah, I had clones, but I had in the back and I had fucking packs, duffel bags, like the obvious duffel bags stacked.
Oh,
like
God.
you shot, like, dude, it's so obvious.
All right.
And they're all huddled around me, like all standing around me. They're radioing, they're verifying, they're looking at my paperwork. Dude, 45 minutes go by, they still haven't gone to the truck. And then all of a sudden, like a dude like slaps my fucking neck and my shoulder, and he's like, man, just calm the fuck down. You're okay. And I feel like I just kind of melted in that moment. And he's like, you check out, bud. Everything's good.
No way.
He's like, look, man, you shouldn't be driving clones. Like, I know that, this farm shit's legal, but the way they're explaining it to us is like, when you leave your house, it's a roll of the dice. I'm like, dude, can I get a fucking escort home, please? He's like, yeah, I'll follow you up the hill.
Oh my God.
So he fucking escorts me back home, dude. I get there. I'm like, could barely walk. I go get in my bed with all my clothes and shoes on, and I just cover myself with the blanket. and then I make the same drive the next day.
Oh my God. That's funny because I've had, if you've been in this freaking industry and you've been doing this, you've had moments like this.
Dude.
To where somehow, like I said, you took it into, you had to be proactive and then take the lead to keep the cop from fucking going. Because if you would have came up to the car, it could have been a whole different thing.
No, what do you mean could have? Like, I would have been going to prison. I was on felony probation for money laundering, cultivation. They tried getting me for like 12 fucking years. Like, it would have been bad. It would have been really fucking bad. And here I am driving packs on felony probation for money laundering.
Crazy.
Oh, it would have been bad.
That's about the time.
In another fucking county? Fuck.
That's not. So 17 is when you went to Mercy Wellness, and 17 is the time that that's the time that I got raided, and it was fucking awful. It was awful. And because legalization happened in 2018, it's like I just thought, my life was over at first. I mean, I was really depressed, and I didn't know what was going to happen. It was fucking, you've been through it. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do from this point on? So
you go through that first stage of just extreme, heavy depression, and then you realize, like, all right, time to build again.
Yeah, you got.
Tornado came through, wiped the fuck out of my entire fucking home. Time to put it back together.
And then the Mercy Wellness for you, I think it was your springboard, because you used that spot to.
Bro, that was an incredible springboard.
To promote your brand, Craft Farmer. That's kind of where Craft Farmer.
Didn't even mean to. Huh? Yeah, I didn't even mean to. Like, no, just how the whole thing fucking happened. I mean, even going back to before that. So let's rewind. There was a time where you started coming. To me, you were like you were the man when it came to designing grow rooms, building grow rooms. No one was showing the shit that you were doing, like really some cutting edge shit. And I'm like, oh my God, this dude's a bad motherfucker right here. Like, and so I'm watching this shit and I'm seeing this stuff. And up until that point, I had done badass shit. Like my greenhouses, I built all by hand, did all my own electrical, my own trenching, my own fucking permits. I built that entire $250,000 grow tech myself, like up there fucking till 2 a.m. with headlamps and fucking greasy hands putting those bolts together, like running cables, like building the beds. Like I documented all that shit. So it was a very natural transition for me to find you and seeing it done indoors. And then I got thrown an opportunity with Mercy where they're like, hey, you want to design our indoors? Like, we have enough faith in you. And I was like, holy shit. Like, all these situations that I've been given, I was so scared at first and so nervous. Like, oh my God, can I do this? But it just came, you know what I mean? Like the energy putting into it and the self-belief and doing your homework and finding something that you love so much allowed me to excel in these. And I remember at one point, you drew everything out on graph paper. Everything was fucking color coded with highlights and design and airflow. And so I was like, oh man, I started mimicking you, drawing your shit. You were all fucking laid up with your knee blown out or some shit.
Double knee surgery.
Double knee surgery. So you're like, oh, I'm here, double knee surgery, da da da. Dude, one day I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna make my move. I threw a bone out there. I'm like, yo, Mango, what's up, bro? My name's Lance Craft Farmer and designing these facilities in fucking Santa Rosa. Will you take a look at my plans? What do you think?
The funny thing is I never knew that until we have usually guests write a questionnaire, fill out, stories or stuff that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about whatever it is. And I'm reading this questionnaire, and then Lance, a funny story about Mango. And it's this funny story about my Mango. I've been following him for years, and he went on Instagram and he went in the DM, and then he asked me if I could look at his plans. And then he says that I left him on red.
Now, when not being a bitch, because I'm not one, when I saw that, gave him 24 hours, no response, 36. I'm like, okay, this motherfucking man is going to know my name. Give me a few years, and he's going to know my name. He's going to know who I am. We're going to be friends.
Me, motherfucker.
You know what I mean? But like, look, there's two ways you can handle shit. You can be a fucking puto and a bitch about things.
Sometimes people are.
Oh, you motherfucker, you don't respond, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but
or you make yourself known. You do something, you do the work, you put the work in, you get noticed.
People don't understand. Sometimes you just miss shit. It's like, it wasn't intentional, but I'm thinking.
But even if it was, it doesn't matter. I do that still now. It's like, dude, I sometimes I'm exhausted. I can't answer every single fucking DM. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm going to leave you on red if it's not that entertaining and you haven't done something that you don't put your words together correctly. Like, no, I'm not going to fuck with you.
And a lot of times you check something, and then somebody calls you and you go whatever, and then you go do that.
You forget about it.
And then
gets moved.
DMs, and it just gets pushed up, and you just don't get to it. So don't get pissed off if someone doesn't respond.
Just work harder and get noticed.
Exactly, get noticed. Exactly. I know your name now.
So and then not 7 or 8 months after that, 10 months after that, you came to the facility, and I got to meet you. I don't even know. Do we have plants in it then? No, not the first time. I was just hooking up the Hydro X's.
Correct.
Then when you came back, man, I was crushing it. I had never grown.
Show up with the first time? Was it Ed? Or
with
was
Ed.
It Jason?
Yeah, with Ed.
It was Ed.
Ed.
He worked for us at the time, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then today, now, just like me, you were impressed with me to meet me. I was at the same time looking, fuck, look at this spot.
And remember, I was the only one there. Remember when you came? There was not one other person in that facility.
Correct. It was. I think it was late in the. Was it early or late?
Afternoon.
It's afternoon. All right. But as you were checking me out. I was checking this place like, fuck, I want one of these places. Like, man, this is cool.
And that was a perfect little size
You had
spot.
like DPS panels.
DPS panels.
DPS panels. I remember checking that out.
The veg was just triple stack, all
Yes.
fucking Fluence LEDs.
Pip racks.
Pip racks.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the gold. That place was built as the golden standard of how a cultivation should be built to grow the highest quality flower. I'm not saying the equipment necessarily, like lighting,
Right.
but how your veg is triple stacked, extremely efficient, sea of green,
That is the
going
only
to
way.
single. I will fight to the very end. Single tier flower will grow the best flower hands down. Set up that way, HPS, LED, whatever kind of lighting under it doesn't matter. But that style, it was just set up.
I remember seeing the multiple stack, the pip, and I was impressed by that. I like the multi tiers. It's just the
And my veg game was hard back then. Like
was great.
it was new in the industry. You know, I came out and just put myself on display the entire fucking day. You know, I was entertaining myself. I was there alone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And for those of you that may not know, that is where the first craft farmer product came out, I
Yep.
believe, and it was
It is.
the whip kits. You know,
It's also part of the reason I left that place.
yes,
You know?
and which is fucking retarded to me to think that I guess you had beef with the guy or something.
I don't have any beef with him.
Or he had beef with you because you were kind of using this spot to get notoriety, or
Correct.
you know.
I started getting a lot of attention.
Yes.
People were flying in and saying they want a fucking, a tour and they want to look at the equipment, and because he had to deal with agnetics.
Mm-hmm.
And then the moment I walked in the door for work that morning, cut the fucking check, craft farmer, and they would just run away from their meeting and fucking surround me and give me hugs. We fuck with you heavy out here in New York. We're in New Mexico. We're in Arizona. We're in Detroit. And I was just like, holy shit, like, dude, these guys fucking loved me. They loved me. They're like, dude, come. Would bring me out to their place. Like, can you give us some tech? Like, I mean, it was incredible. It was
Either love
fucking
us or hate
incredible.
us. I don't think it's somewhere in the middle.
Way more love us though than hate us.
Yeah. But we get stuck sometimes on the fucking haters. It's like, fuck, what?
I love the haters.
You know, the haters are our
love them.
motivation.
I love them so
You know,
much,
it's like,
dude.
because you want to prove them so fucking wrong.
I was laughing my fucking ass off the whole way here. Owen's like, bro, I got to read you this fucking drama. These guys talking shit about you. I was like, please. Dude, Owen was reading that. It was so fucking entertaining. I did not laugh like that deep belly. I love it, dude. I fucking love it. I love it when the haters talk shit to me. I love it when they tell me I grow mids. I love that shit, dude. I love
They
it.
do that, tell me that all the time.
I mean, look at where we are. You know,
All the
like,
time
you
they tell
can't
me, I was
be
like,
here growing mids. Like,
No, you
they don't
cannot.
understand.
No,
you know,
no, you can't. Not in
you
California.
can't be in multiple states. You can't fuck with the best growers in the world. The best growers in the world want to grow genetics I have. Like, I mean, dude, call me whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But like,
They want to be us.
the work
They wanna be you.
and the work speaks for itself.
I agree with you 100%. So at what point, because I know that I started the store, and the store was
So that was my next thing.
based out of Santa Rosa, California.
Yeah, your Roner Park.
Yeah, Rona Park, right by you.
So after we met, then I did the whip kits. Then the whip kits took off. I saw you doing stuff where I'm like, okay, like he has other people in the store, and then again, like just not thinking anything other than it's going to happen, having that in my mind, like, hey, I'm going to go to Alex. I'm not going to ask Alex to put my shit in his store. I'm going to go to Alex, and Alex is going to put my shit in his store. Like, that's how I think. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking like, oh, man, I got to ask him, and maybe it'll work. I'm like, I'm going to go to fucking Alex. He's going to put this shit in his store, and they're going to sell. That's exactly what happened. I went to him like, look, man, let's put my little fucking kits in the store. We put the kits in the store. Dude, we were doing $30,000, $32,000 months.
Yeah, you blew up.
You know what I
You were
mean?
selling the shit out of kids. Even GrowGen fucking had you in the store for a while too. And fucking, I remember seeing freaking stacks.
And I would tell people like, hey, this is how you make it. You can do it yourself or you can buy it. Like
Yes, you did.
everyone's, not everyone, but there's a few people being like, oh, you rip people off. And it's like, no, I'm a convenience. You don't understand. That's where a lot of you dumbasses fucking get it wrong. I wasn't flipping elbows. I was flipping a very convenient item that then I could teach you how to crush it. If you weren't so fucking thick-headed and so stupid, all the people hating on that would realize that. I'm not going to Home Depot to get an elbow and double it. I'm putting every proper piece together, and then I have the fucking blueprint on how to use it. That's what I was selling.
And that's what I told people, because I heard the same thing.
Convenience.
The guy's ripping people off. I go, dude, the list is right there.
And the numbers show.
If you want to do it, just go buy it. But I mean, the guy's got a kit, and I got to say, I, at the beginning, I was skeptical. Like, I don't know if any people are going to buy it because he's giving them the list. They can do it themselves. But just like you said, you're selling convenience, and it took off.
Yeah,
So
we did
kudos
2.6
to you.
million while I was a full-time grower, just on the little whip kit I fucking put on the wall.
Insane.
You know?
Being fucking insane.
And then you had vendors and companies being like, "Oh, you didn't invent that." I'm like, "I never said I did." But I'm the fucking whip kit king. So get in the back of the line, bitches. You know, like, but you just see that like negativity like
dude,
all
it's so
over
negative.
companies and vendors, and it's funny. You know, I enjoy it.
Yep, and I get that all the time.
I love talking shit to my peers who aren't on the same team. You know, I like ruffling their feathers. You know, if you're not on my team, you're on the ops. So like war, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
So Mercy Wellness, something went south, came to an end.
And that was even sick because Owen and I were working together at Mercy. Owen was head of sales, so he saw we have so many amazing videos of us together doing selfie videos, staring at the camera in that garden, like really dope shit.
And every once in a while, you'll post like a repost from back in the
Yeah.
day, and it goes, "Fuck, that place crushed." I remember that place. That place was fucking badass.
A lot of people came to see me there. You know, I mean, even Nelson Poetry Plants. I remember him coming in. He was just like, "Jesus, dude, you've never grown with LED lights before. This is insane."
It was. It
know,
was
like-
2 big rooms, right?
4.
Oh, it was 4 big rooms.
Yeah, every 2 weeks we harvested.
I think when I was there, though, I didn't see the other. Did you put them all to work at the same time? or
Every
was it
2 weeks.
but only like 2 rooms were working. I think when I went there, it was 2.
Maybe we were
it was
finishing the
very
last
early.
one or something.
It was very early.
We had Kevin Garnett come to see us. I remember
told
getting
me
a
that.
phone call one time, and it's like, "Yo, Kevin just landed in Oakland. He wants to see a badass garden." I'm like, "Send him my location." Went there. I called Owen. I'm like, "Bro, KG's coming. The fucking one of the greatest defensive players of all time, dude. That motherfucker came in, ducked under to get in the door. It was amazing, and that was fucking awesome. We're looking at packs. He's in the garden. He's yelling, 'Cut the check,' bro. It was so sick. It was so
how
sick.
did he know? How did he know about you? How did he know about Mercy Wellness or the grow?
Some representative on his team, when he was like, "Hey man, I want to see it grow," they're like, "Man, there's only one place to go see in the North Bay, if we can get a hold of him. Motherfucker's Craft Farmer."
Gotcha. So then, what happened after Mercy Wellness? 'Cause I know you left. You left there. What
Yeah.
happened
So
after that?
let's see what happened after Mercy Wellness. I think right after Mercy Wellness. Well, first of all, while I was there, I got the attention of a lot of people. You know, a lot of people were reaching out, being like, "Hey, can you come help us? Your gardens are crushing. Can you come to my facility?" You know, you threw me a big alley-oop. You were so busy at the time. I remember
I was building this build.
you were building this, and people were still hitting you up. You know what I mean?
I was getting hella money for consultation.
I think you were even still helping at that time too, 80 East. So you might have been doing that thing too, and outfit from Washington reached out to you.
And people don't believe the money that I used to get when we used to go consulting. I didn't fly anywhere. It used to be 10 to 15 grand.
Dude,
That's
let
expensive.
me explain this, okay? So, here's the deal. First of all, before I say this, I can very, very confidently say, because I saw the numbers, anywhere that I went improved, and I know that anywhere you went improved because I saw it. You know what I'm saying? So anyone who wants to say, "Hey, I can't believe they spent that with you," we made them tenfold. So you reached out to me and you're like, "Hey, dude, there's this commercial outfit in Washington. I recommended you to go up and do a consultation." Dude, I think I might still have it saved in my phone. I was like, "Okay, Alex, what do I do?" He's like, "I'm going to send you a note. Put your name in the note in replace of mine." Like, dude, this is legendary shit.
I remember that.
You sent me a note and you're like, "Send them this, put your name in front of it. All of the rates are on there." And I fucking open the note and I look at it, and it's $10,000 a day, first class ticket, all expenses paid, food. I'm reading this shit and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I've never had a payday like this. Dude, and I send it and they accepted it.
Bam. Yep.
Went up there. That was a $20,000. And I was so nervous and so scared, but so excited. I took it so fucking seriously, dude. And we went up there. That place did so fucking good after I left. I walked through that whole place and I saw everything. And it made me realize, like, dude, I'm on another fucking level. Like, this is my fucking calling. I can fucking do this. I can talk the talk. I can do the work. I can fucking show them how to crush it. I can hold their hand. I can make all these micro adjustments with them. I can explain it how they understand. I'm not like some fucking nerd, explaining words that people don't understand and processes.
You were in the trenches.
I was in the trenches, yeah.
I had faith. I have full faith in you. Like I said, I was too busy at the time. I just couldn't do it. And I didn't want to give that up because I know I was getting that kind of money, but I was so fucking busy building this place over here. I mean, I lived in Florida. I traveled to California. I spent like 25 days a month here. I went home for 5 days, came back, and I just couldn't afford to go up there. So I said, fuck, man, who can I trust? Who can I trust? Who can I trust that can go over there, not make me look like a fool?
Only one guerrilla in Northern California
not
you
gonna
can
make
call
me look
on.
like a fool. And you know what? Fucking, he'll throw me a fucking bone back for fucking, sending him that job.
I think I threw you $5K.
Yes, you did.
Yeah! Making money, son.
I sat home and still made money.
You know what's cool? Like, think about this. Like, you and I have never sold each other packs or done work like that, and we've made we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars together.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million.
Yes, we have.
And
then not one pack's been fucking transferred.
Not one pack, not one disagreement, not one fucking argument, not one shift of opinion, just straight fucking up.
That's fucking, so, you guys, you heard it here, you know what I'm saying? Craft Farmer fucking went to Washington and crushed it. I know the company, and they're still fucking operating today.
Dude, that was yeah, they are, and still to this day, Ben is like, man, that was huge.
And I remember you said earlier that they were telling you they were getting like 3.2 a light, and you were like, fuck,
I was so scared.
How am I going to fucking improve this? But then once you get there, you realize that
how much larger the spread was. There wasn't enough light in the rooms.
Correct, exactly.
So it was easy for me to build on that and then add more light to those rooms. So once I showed them through the tech, we can get better yields. And I was like, hey, we got to fix these light patterns. And they bought. Then I shifted them back to you, and they bought hundreds of fucking.
They bought lights.
Synchros.
They bought lights, yeah. So
lots of lights.
It came back to actually make more money. Perfect. Exactly.
And see, like, that's another thing I do. Like, I don't try to get in the deals. You know what I mean? I don't want to like get a deal and then step on it. Oh, hey man, hey, how much money can I make? No, dude, this is Alex. You buy the lights from him. I have my own shit that I hustle and I do, but like, I don't like getting involved in deals. I don't like stepping on little things. Like, I'm going to do what I do. Everyone else can do what they do.
Everybody plays their position.
Correct.
Cool. So let's talk about how you got into the lighting, the under canopy game.
Well, I was already crushing it with Think Rose. I was doing really good.
Yeah, you've always used Think Row lights, and you've always had great results with Think Row lights.
Yep.
Your
really good
light
results.
Preference, your light was Model W.
Love Model W.
Model W. You always liked it better than the Model H, and I never knew why.
I can't even tell you why.
Because to me, the Model H was the flagship. But now looking back, but I don't think you even do spectrum tuning. But the far red, everybody kind of would like the far red now because it's like the thing now. But the Model H was a flagship. I wonder why he likes the Model W because I don't know why. I just crushed the fucking,
Doesn't one have far red and one have deep red?
Yeah, the Model W's got the far red. Adjustability. They all have full spectrum.
Right.
But you can fuck with a certain
far red, dog.
The far red was the
far red.
The far red with the W, and then the H had the
West fucking side in this bitch.
Yep.
W for life.
So yeah, you were fucking with the lights.
And so at that time, Timmy Two Bags out here in Sacramento was pushing. He was pushing an under canopy light, and he hung out.
I think that was Thrive.
It was Thrive, right?
Thrive.
And so he was like, man, we were cool back then, and he was like, dude, these lights are sick as fuck. Like, you got to try these. And so I tried them, and I'm like, these lights are not it. And I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, hey Tim, like, I respect you and shit, but like, what are you doing? Like, this is not it. Like, maybe this kind of spectrum will work for HPS, but this is not it. And he was like, no, man, this is it. This is the thing.
What year was this roughly?
I think this was like 3 or 4 years ago.
25, so roughly 21, 22.
Yeah.
21,
yeah.
22. So like, was it pre-COVID?
No, this was post-COVID.
Post-COVID. Okay.
Post-COVID.
COVID was 2020.
Yeah, so this was 22, I think.
Okay.
He was hanging out with another guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but another guy that I liked, and he was like always just put like, dude, Lance, you got to do these lights, and so I do them, and it's like, yeah, my yields increased, but like the quality almost kind of got worse. You know what I mean? And so I remember going to Tim and being like, hey, dude, I understand this tech, but this light is not it. This isn't it. And he's like, yeah, Thrive is a technology company, and he believed in what they were doing, and so I was like, I believe in this, but I don't believe in this setup. Something's wrong here, and then that's when I started fucking around, with other lights. And at the time, I was able to get my hand on some Lux prototypes that were 36 watt clone lights with an R8 spectrum. So back then, Jungle Boys was messing around. Remember they brought that red veg light out, and so they were doing
again, the purplish. They brought up for.
It was more red though, more red than purple. Yeah, it was red. It was an R8 spectrum, and so through connections with Brandon from Athena, I was able to get my hands on these test clone lights that they made that they never produced, and so I took two of those together, zip tied them together, and had like 72 watt R8 bar. Okay. And so I used them, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, I got some more yield, but the frost production and the color and this shit was amazing. So I was onto something at that point.
That's
you know what I mean?
The color came from. Okay, all right.
I'm like, dude.
I'm picking up on you later.
So I work with a company in China. I get a light made. I have them send it to me. I try it. I'm like, oh, okay.
How'd you find them? Just like
No, again, Brandon from Athena.
Okay.
Brandon from Athena was super influential in helping me, and I've been very lucky in this industry. And I don't even know if I guess I can't even call it luck, but like I've done things through my life where I've gotten people's attention, and that attention has brought me favor, where they've shared things with me, they've shared ideas with me.
Show you the way,
I've made amazing relationships with real individuals, and so he was like, hey, introduce me to Roger at Flexstar.
Okay.
So I go with Roger, we do this design, we make this light, and that's when I made my very first under canopy light that then got taken by Faven.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So your boy Craft Farmer brought that light to market first, had the R8. Business is cutthroat. No, I got no hard feelings to those guys. You know what I mean? I talk hella shit, but like that's who I am. I make fun of them, because they're the B team. They might sell more lights, but it's a shittier light than mine.
So how did you then cross over from that from the
one day I get a phone call. I get a phone call from Tim, and he's like, "Hey, joke's on you. You have to buy your lights from me now." And so I remember getting that voicemail, and I'm like thinking to myself, man, what the fuck is this? Like, what does that mean? And so I call Roger, and he's like, hey, sorry, that design, your design was sold to Tim and Kevin in Sacramento. They offered us a much larger purchase order than you could do. Because at the time, I was only able to buy like a $90,000 purchase order. And you got to understand, when I'm talking about this is money I've made myself. I started with fucking clone lights in an $8,000 investment, and I built that investment into a multi-million-dollar lighting company. Mm-hmm. So when I was doing my orders, it'd be like, my first order was $30,000, then $60,000, then $90,000, and he was just like, hey man, sorry, but business is business. They offered us a much larger purchase. We're giving them this design, that light, and I was like, fuck, damn, like, holy shit, like. Oh, it's over. Like, but I'm used to just taking blows, I'm used to getting fucking punted in the nuts, so to speak, through all these other things. And I slept on it that night, and then I'm like, dude, this light sucks anyways. It's a cheap fucking light. It's made of fucking plastic. Flexstar is one of the most garbage companies in our industry. Joke's on them. I don't even want to fuck with you losers anymore. Take your broke-ass China shit back with you. I'm done. Like, I'm building a fucking Ferrari. And then that's when I hired an engineer. Okay. I got a fucking international lawyer, and I was like, dude, I need to design the nicest under canopy light with the most expensive fucking parts I can, and it has to be the best there is. I want a full aluminum body. I want them to link together. I want Osram Samsung diodes. I want 100 more diodes than my competitor. I want glass on the top of it. I want the fucking Ferrari of this bitch. And that's exactly what I did. So not only did they take they took the light that I was selling. I had to start from fucking scratch. They got a year ahead of me in that industry. I still came back and sold fucking 7 million last year.
How did you find that the manufacturer? who led you to that particular?
Bro,
perspective?
Instagram has done everything for me.
Yeah, they come.
Everything. I met you on Instagram. My opportunities have come because of Instagram. Deals I've come because of what they see on Instagram. Instagram has been a fucking personal resume for me. And dope ass dude named Byron out of South Africa who's been designing and building LEDs forever. He was like, "Look, man, I saw what happened. I can help you build the baddest fucking light that the industry's ever seen, the coolest light. I'm that guy for you." And so Byron literally took me by the hand and took me to the manufacturer, introduced me and everything. Then I was like, "Look, Byron, can you stay on with me? Can I just pay you to be my liaison to make sure everything goes perfect?" I was like, "Look, I own Craft Farmer, that's mine, but I will pay you on every light. I want you to handle all the communication. I want you to handle all the what's the processes when you're not Q&A, but when you're R&D." Like, I was like, "I need you to handle everything. I need you to hold them accountable. I need to make sure that, because shit happens in China where like they'll change things on you and they can make 3 cents more, and then the next thing you know, they've made tens of thousands of dollars." So I'm like, "Dude, can you be this guy for me?" He was the guy that when Osram stopped making diodes, he secured me like $60,000 in diodes to make me fucking lights for the next 3 years. Mm-hmm. He's that guy for me. So he's it. He brought me. He's like, "Dude, this is I've done business with everyone in China. This is the best fucking place that we can get the best product made." And here we are with less than a 0.025 failure rate.
Nice.
After 25,000 lights have been sold.
Nice. Fucking A. That's fucking good.
I've sold like 30,000 lights, and I've had 126 failures out of that.
That's fucking great. Great RMA.
7-year warranty, no questions asked. I'm in this game. When someone calls me and they're like, "Dude, my light's fucked up," I'm like, "Okay, I'm sending you another one tomorrow." Yep. Like, I know what it's like being on the other end of that. I don't got to do an RMA? No, motherfucker. Your RMA is telling me your shit don't work. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
And that works, but
you had the best. I've always said it too. Like, Thinkro always had the best customer service, and they still do. I just got to get Tyler to flex on people for me every once in a while.
Yeah, because when you get bigger, and
people are stupid.
It's just
they hook up shit wrong. They do things wrong.
Most of the time,
these lights are so fucking crazy. They do so much shit. Like, it's very easy to change the groups and get out of weird settings and shit like that.
100%. I said Thinkro's one of the only lighting companies that actually manufactures their own drivers, and then that's how we have the spectrum tunability. And a lot of the times there's really operator error on most of the issues. And as a company, when you get bigger, obviously there's a chain of command. I can't take I used to do like you. You used to call me and say, "No problem, I'll get you another light." But the bigger, you can't take those calls, because now you have a person that takes that call for you, and they have protocols that they got to go through, because they're not the last word, the last say. And then that's kind of unfortunate. That's what happens when you grow as a company, that you have to now hire people to take care of the job that you used to do. You might lose a little bit of clients, but unfortunately, to grow as a company, that has to happen. You have to pass on, responsibilities to other people. And you just hope that you hire the right person, and they can treat your clients with the same respect that you used to do it. And most of the time it works, but every once in a while, there's some kind of hot fires that you got to take care of.
Yep.
Which my son and I dealt with one today in New York. He wasn't happy, but I think by the end of the day, we'll be able to make the guy smile again. So
yeah, I mean, that's all that. I mean, I get the same thing. People will call pissed off, angry. Like, I don't reflect that. I absorb that and just always make every situation right, and always works out in the long run. Mm-hmm. Then we ran, and we had some bumps with staff. I mean, you got to think, I'm trying to pull all the strings from California and then fly out there when I have a problem, and
it's a lot of work.
I mean, it's wild to think about. Like,
it's a lot of work.
And
I got a little bit of what I did, going from Florida all the way to California, back and forth.
And that was a 600 light facility, harvesting a room every 10 days. And we built an amazing team there, and they followed incredible direction. I'm friends with everybody still, and dude, we ran it the fuck up for Mark. We grew crazy fire. I mean, we grew some of the best fucking weed in the state out of that spot, and we fucking blew the roof off his dispensary. He did 1.2 million on fucking 419, followed up by 1.4 million on 420. Dude, there was a line down the block to get weed at that store.
I was just gonna say the guy had his own dispensary, which fucking helped tremendously.
Bro, he crushed it. Crushed that
It was
spot.
actually pretty cool. I remember seeing the videos. Actually, it looked pretty fucking dope.
You know, and I did that for a year without making $1 on that. When I talk about playing that long game, I played that long game, and then turned, you know, made a lot of money out of there, and then flipped that money into my Under Canopy light company, and then I was getting 2 containers of lights every 3 weeks.
Sick.
And that's a lot for. I'm not in the lighting manufacturing. I'm not in the sales. I don't have a retail store. I don't even have people selling my lights.
Instagram.
I don't even have. I literally would write every sales order and send every email. Literally, I was the guy. I am the guy for the entire company. You know, and it's like I look at some of those numbers and the stuff that I do, and now it's amazing. Now it has sunk in, and it's like, fuck, what you've done is pretty incredible. You know, like if you look at my resume, what I've done in this industry, what I've done for other people, how much people have eaten off of tech that I've shared or that I've given away, or genetics. People have made. I've done so much for my peers and for my industry. I'm going down in the fucking Hall of Fame for this shit.
Even now to this day, somehow, you know, you're selling the
I'm
frog
not
poison.
selfish, dude.
frog-
The frog poison.
Frog poison.
Yeah.
So these guys,
We pissed hella people off. We pissed hella people off about that. And so frog poison, I've never sold something that wasn't mine before. That's the first time I sold a cut that wasn't mine. And how that came about was it was just so fucking fire. Like the strain is just so crazy, so powerful, so unique. First I went and got permission, and then bought the cut myself, and then was like, hey, I want to give this to 20 people, 20 lucky people, and I'll break you guys off also, and just to make things all cordial, and why not spread the love? Like, other things will come from me giving, you know what I mean? I'll get other opportunities. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I Cut Right, great friend of mine. He crushes the fucking frog poison. He grows it on a whole nother level that I haven't seen, and I have some fire stuff that I've bred and hunted, and like some special shit where I'll take things to him and I'll be like, hey man, try this. And he's like, no, this isn't the one. Oh dude, I really like this. And, and so just being able to work with him, I've helped him on some of his strains. We grew the frog poison. I mean, his weed's on a whole nother level than mine, I think Cut Right grows the best weed I've ever seen and smoked.
You've had some good results with your weed. You had
phenomenal results. Tell
us about all the strains that you've brought out into the market.
Man, I've got an entire list. I've done amazing collabs. Me and Growmore did a fucking fire collab, Warheads, that I did with Danny from Dank Mob. Dude, that's made fucking waves in our industry. The amount of people who's made money from Warheads, you can thank Dank Mob for that. Like, moment of silence for Dank Mob for everything they've done for our industry. Like, just, from the very beginning, I was like, whatever I'm doing, I want to be giving back. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's tech, whether it's education, whether it's strains. So the strains that have done the best for me is I want to offer to everybody. No fucking gatekeeping at all in this camp whatsoever.
We've also had a Patreon to where, you teach a lot.
Thousands. We've helped and taught tens of thousands of people, facilities that swear by the information they've learned,
Because when you were at Mercy Wellness, you were probably one of the first people that fucked heavily with the Arroyo crop steering.
Yeah,
I believe if I remember,
I was really inspired. Correctly. I was super inspired by Josh and Ramsey, and just like that whole element of the game that had never been talked about, and those guys would come over and look at rooms and talk tech with me. And
what's up, guys? I'd like to take this time to thank our current sponsors. First and foremost, I would like to thank Trollmaster. Trollmaster is the king of automation. Nothing else like it in the world. It really is the future of intelligent farming. Also, would like to thank Early D, the king of spectrum tuning. High tech, high yields. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Mango Juice. If you ain't juicing, you're losing.
Dude, it was just so special. And like me getting to experience that from that end really made me want to help other people and share things with other people.
That was the shift right there. That obviously, like I said, I got raided in 2017, and and I started selling lights, but I didn't really have an actual growth that I could tinker with my own stuff. You, at that point in time, you had Mercy Wellness, which is this badass indoor grow in Santa Rosa, California. DPS panels. It was fucking beautiful. I remember saying like, "Fuck, I want something like this." It's like you used to look at me and then say, "Hey, I want what that guy's kind of doing right now." I used to look at that as like, fuck us down. I got raided. I was on the fucking down. Said, I want a facility like this. I want a facility like this. Fuck, like, we always, it's like, it's not jealousy. It's like, you want. And it's what
there's
drives
nothing
it,
jealous
what drives
about it. It drives you to achieve something that great or greater.
Right, because you're seeing it's like, fuck, this is cool. Like, I want to have this. So during that time, I didn't really actually grew weed because I was going through some legal issues, and I missed the whole crop steering thing, and then the actual playing with LEDs, with hands-on. I sold LEDs, but I didn't really play with it hands-on. So then that kind of set me back for like 4 years while I fought my case, and then until I started building this little behemoth that I finally, it's finally fucking running great after fucking 3 years. Everything's it's like I walk in and I kind of just walk around and then.
As you should.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
And I enjoy.
Remember how I used to tell you that all the time? Mm-hmm. I was always like, dude, Alex, I hope, not that I hope, I'm excited for the fucking day that comes when you get to walk through and reflect on all of your achievements and what you've done and the sacrifices you made and how hard you worked. I would say that to you all the time when we spoke.
I remember that. I remember that.
Because I was feeling that shit. I started feeling that, going to Michigan, fucking landing at the airport, drove straight to I got the keys, drive straight to the facility. I get there at midnight and I walk in. That place is just fucking banging hallways. Dude, it would cry. It'd make me
most people would go fucking home or to the hotel room. No, you want to get there. You want to see.
I stayed there till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., just walking into every room, just
see what got done.
Fucking just overwhelmed with all kinds of emotions, thinking about what I've done and hiding in T-tanks and running from the police and fucking getting shot and left for dead and selling packs and thinking about my first 4-light flood and drain and just overflowed with emotions, and I just remember always being like, dude, I can't wait for you to like get to experience the overflow of emotions in your facility when it's done.
And it's fucking been an incredible ride, dude. Back since 2010, when I ran away from Florida because it just got hot with the DA over there, and I said, "Fuck, I'm gonna go to California." I remember me and a friend, Sia Green, Angelo Bagliarese. He says, he got like a 1.5 year head start for me here. But yeah, I said, I'm gonna come to California and I'm gonna show them Californians. I'm gonna own a dispensary, this, and then fucking I came here and life slapped me. Said, get your ass down, but. Just like you said, you're not rated by how many times you fall down, but how many times you get back up, and the relentless pursuit is what's gotten you and I to the point that we are in our life.
A lot of people want to come to me and talk about how terrible the state of the industry is and how bad pack prices, and I'm just like, dude, I don't have the fucking time or the energy. Like, that's not what I'm focused on. I'm so fucking grateful that I'm in this industry. I'm still doing it. I made it through the gauntlet that I ran for fucking 18 years. I came out the other side. I don't give a fuck if my packs sell for $600. Like, I love this fucking plant and I'm doing what I'm doing. Thank God my packs don't sell for fucking
$600
for low tickets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'm on top of the world, you know what I mean? And I just can't, I wish great for everybody, but I can't sit there and have these conversations where you're telling me how bad it is and the industry sucks and maybe you've made some wrong moves, but like the industry does not suck for me. Like the industry is fucking booming. I'm doing big things in Michigan, in Detroit, big things out here, big things breeding, big things with strains. Like, man, everybody's growing my shit and say I have the best candy packs.
Because you're diversified. You're diversified. You figure it out. You can't just be like focus on one thing.
You have to grow good weed at the end of the day.
100%. 100%.
And I think that's what's like. I mean, you look at my videos and look at the flower I grow, and our fucking flower dude, I'm the jeweler of this bitch. I'm wearing diamonds today because I'm the fucking jeweler of the industry.
I seen that. I seen
You
the
know?
watch. I seen
Shout
the
out to
diamonds.
shout out to fucking Gary, my partner out in Detroit, one of the biggest jewelers out there. He has the baddest fucking diamond store. He's got me laced up. He's like, Lance, we're making money. You got to have diamonds.
You got to represent.
Yeah, so he laced me up, got me my fucking tennis chain.
I was gonna
Got
say,
me my
when you pulled up, you
Cartiers.
look a little bit of Miami style.
Bro, this is straight 313 Detroit.
Dude,
Shout out to Midwest Matt, my boy Midwest. He's like, look, Lance, we need to get you some buffs, dog. You look real good in some buffs.
When I came to California, true story, came to California, 2010, early 2010. I was I had diamond earrings. You know,
Bro, you had all kinds of crazy. You had a totally different style. I even dug
dude.
it. Had the affliction. Remember when you had the
Oh, my
affliction
God,
pants?
like I said,
You had the fucking the elf boots, the elf shoes.
And I went up to Berry Creek in fucking Oroville, you know, meth fucking city, mountain, whatever. And then I remember this redneck fucking toothless dude with the whatever. He looked at me, he goes, bro. I'm like, what's the problem? He goes, dude, them diamond earrings, bro. I can't even see. He was mocking me. Fuck, dude. I went to the fucking double wide because I had a 6-acre double wide in a building. And I could care less about the double wide. I cared about the building. That was there, the indoor. But I said, fuck, I'm never wearing these fucking things here in California again. And I took the shit off. But when I seen you walking into there, I go, look at this Miami-looking motherfucker.
No, this is straight Detroit right here.
Yeah,
313.
Miami style too. I'll call it East Coast.
Yeah.
East
Dude,
Coast
I
flair.
have so much fucking fun in Detroit. Like, it's amazing, dude. The moment I roll in, I hook up with my boy Midwest Matt. Dude, we hit the streets right away. We go visit all kinds of people. You know, we'll go to Shifter. We'll smoke weed with those dudes. You know, we go smoke weed with this camp. Go smoke weed with the rappers. Like, it's a fucking movie out there. It's amazing.
If you didn't notice, I wore the Balmains just for you, kid.
Yeah, I saw that.
I busted out the $1,400 glasses.
You always had fly gear.
You know what? There's some people still to this day make fun of me.
Bro, make fun of me all you want, bro.
Like, do I really care?
No, exactly.
I busted this out just for craft
Dude,
today.
and the reality is, dude, if they had a chance to work with someone who put a diamond necklace around their neck and put diamond sunglasses on their face, man, they would take that in a second.
They'd be doing it too.
Bro, this man saw what I did for him, and he's like, I want to do something for you. And I mean, we make money together. Like, dude, I got 2,000 lights out in Detroit, and I get paid by the pound. You know, like, my money's guaranteed because I give guaranteed results.
Nice.
Doesn't matter where the industry is, how much that fucking pound sells for. I get paid per pound, a very specific number, and they love when I come to town and pay me. If they're giving Craft Farmer a backpack full of money, that means they fucking murdered it.
Oh, they fucking did good.
My partners love paying me.
Yeah, you know, that's funny that you say that about the guy that laced you up, because you can see I don't have no Rolex because I lost it. I'm going to tell you what happened.
You always have a Rolex on.
I know, but I don't have it on. Here's the story.
Hope you had insurance on that thing.
No, I'm going to tell you the story. So I built the grow room for this guy in Florida. And at the end of the year, say if you get this job done in a timely manner, in budget, I'm going to give you a Rolex. So I never, you know, I just could never justify buying something nice when I had family and whatever. I did buy nice boats though. But the family got to enjoy it. So anyway, I built this guy a grow in Florida, you know, illegal grow, whatever. And then he gave me a Rolex. And then he would see me that I wouldn't wear it. He goes, motherfucker, I got you that Rolex because I wanted it to be a fucking everyday watch, like a fucking, what do they call it, a car that you drive every day?
Yeah.
A daily driver.
Daily driver.
That should be your fucking daily driver. I don't care if you're doing construction, whatever. And, you know, I thought, you know what? This motherfucker's right. I'm going to use that motherfucker all the time. So I started wearing it forever. I mean, and then about a year ago, the clasp broke. So I said, fuck it, you know what? I'm gonna send this thing to Rolex. I mean, to Mayors. Mayors is a jewelry store in Florida that deals nothing with but Rolex. I sent Junior with it. Huh? Oh, it was Roseville. Okay, it went to Roseville, California. Went to a watch dealer, like a Rolex preferred retailer. And fucking, he gets an email. The watch was stolen. Watch was stolen back fucking in Florida. So I go, what the fuck do you mean?
What do you mean stolen in Florida?
The guy who gave me the Rolex, I guess, must have bought it at a pawn shop or something. he gave it to me in a Rolex box,
Yeah.
the whole deal. I didn't say, hey, where's the receipt? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There was the receipt.
So by looking up the serial number, it was a stolen Rolex?
So when they opened it up at Rolex to service the whole thing, polish it, it came up as a stolen Rolex. So then they sent them an email, and then they put me in contact with it was an Asian American guy that went to Miami, when he graduated from medical school, and he was drunk as shit partying because he had graduated med school, and he remembers being drunk in the taxi, and the taxi driver, hey, you got to get out. He just got out of the freaking cab, went upstairs, went to sleep, and then in the morning he's like, fuck, where's my watch? So he assumes that the taxi driver took it from him. Don't know if that's a true story. Could dropped it, whatever, but that's what he said. So then he went and made a police report of it being stolen, and then so we talked. He told me his story. I go, I don't have no receipt. I can't prove that it's mine. He gave me $1,000 finder's fee, and there went the Rolex. And that thing was like appraised, I think like 19, 20K.
Damn.
Fucking lost the Rollie. And I'm looking at you walking in, like, fuck, I need one. I need to work harder.
Yeah, it's time.
I need
But
to work
nothing
harder.
beats when someone gives you one.
Yes.
That
And I agree.
so meaningful.
I made this fucking guy, just like you said, if I got this, I mean, this guy fucking made even that much more money.
Exactly.
And it feels good.
Feels
And
amazing.
It feels good that they appreciated and they gave you
feels
something,
amazing. For sure.
Oh.
Feels amazing.
So what's the future for Craft Farmer? You got deals going on. Like I was trying to say earlier, you were working with Mike from Tri Clean Air, and you kind of, you're dabbling in
Just a little,
different
just,
grows.
that was just a dehumidifier thing. I was tired of replacing Quests and Andons, nothing out of the ordinary. I was like, we can build a really nice dehumidifier. I can fix some of the things I like that I don't like about theirs, like off balance machines. One side's real heavy. Can we move the compressor in? Can we put a higher, fan speed in there? Can we get a little more pints per gallon? So just little things like that. So we did the dehu, and right now I'm just kind of on cruise control. I've been building my dream home, for like the last year. Like, I've done all these projects, and all these projects are for other people, so there's always something that I'm not getting, or something that's coming short, or something that I can't do. This was a project that I got to go to the 11th degree on of everything, like making it extremely custom and perfect, and GC'd the whole project. And
I've seen pictures. It looks
I built a
fucking
fucking
badass.
resort.
People have been saying, I haven't seen Craft Fucker. I go, he's building a house, and it's his personal house. He's fucking deep in that, and I know how it is. I'm a home builder.
Yeah.
And then I know when I build my own house, you really want to be involved in every little aspect of
And
it.
I have.
You don't want to mess. You don't want
every aspect I've been involved in and have done. I've done a lot of the work there myself. And it's just one of those things. I mean, it's just so nice and so elaborate, and I don't know. I just haven't felt comfortable sharing it yet. It's just
No.
it's
But it's badass. Like I said, you showed me a couple of pictures and things sick. And I'm sure when you feel comfortable, you will.
it's a fucking unreal property. It's much more than a house. It's a fucking compound.
No, it's badass. It looks like a little resort.
Yeah, I've literally put the 20 years of money I've made and set aside into that project. All of
Sick.
it. Yeah.
Sick. It feels good.
Feels unbelievable. I love it. And we're literally like, Owen and I are literally about to start planning all the fucking parties. Like, we're literally that close where it's like, hey, Otis, do we have this running thing going on where pool food, where we see all these fucking amazing things on, because my outdoor kitchen's insane. Like, I've never seen an outdoor kitchen like mine. And so I send Owen all these recipes. I'm like, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to cook all these. Owen kills it in the kitchen, And so I'm like, dude, we've got recipes that we're going to make for the next years, dude.
Okay, so I expect the invite.
Oh, you're going to get an invite. You're going to see, you're going to come to the baddest, one of the coolest parties. I know you've been to some crazy parties, but mine won't be crazy over the top, but like very small and very detailed, like, high-end customer service, drinks, food, fully catered, people working. Like, that'll be my next dream.
Nice.
But other than that, dude, I'm stepping on necks and I'm cutting throats. Like, Craft Farmers, I mean, this is what I do, I'm slaughterhouse. I slaughter the competition. Everything I do, I do the best of my ability on the highest level. I'm going to continue to give out shit that helps me win. I'm going to continue to give out winning genetics. We're going to continue to share amazing shit with the industry. We're going to continue to hurt feelings. We're going to continue to make people cry, and we're going to continue to take people's lunch money.
For a while, you were in the rec market. I remember.
No dollar is safe around me, including the ones in your pocket.
We're fighting. I remember for a while you had your brand in the rec market. You know, I think Ivan from Jungle Boys, you know, called you and he says, hey, you know what, put your packs or your brand in his store.
Right now we have work in Fly Shifter in Detroit.
Okay.
One of the biggest
What
dispensaries
about
and stuff.
California? You ever think of putting something in California? You know, rec market.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have some stuff in L.A. We have the frog poison jars available down in L.A.
Is the frog poison under the Craft Farmer brand?
No, it's under FTS for the smokers.
Okay.
That's another thing that for me, like, I have no ego when it comes to, like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I got to be brand first. I got to be this. Like, I'm a fucking team player. Like, put me in as long as I'm in the lineup, even if I'm batting 7th, 8th, 9th, like, I'll go do work and you'll move me down the lineup. I'm not complaining, you know? So, like, I'm a really good fucking team player. I don't need Craft Farmer all over the place to know the impact that I have, you know, within my peers and the industry. You know, just like people using my lights, you know, people using my genetics. Like, I don't need, you know, credit for that. Like, what I've done is not for credit reasons. You know, I've done it for just so people can win and stuff like that, you know? So I don't have ambition to have like a lot of fucking Craft Farmer shit on the shelf. I got very, very small batch, and whoever is willing and whoever wants it will get that small batch, wherever that might come from.
I gotcha. And when you said you were in Detroit, is Detroit under Craft Farmer or is that under?
Yeah, that one is.
That one is.
Yeah.
Okay. Craft Farmer. Okay. And is that still with?
No, that's with Midwest Matt and Fly Shifter.
Okay. Cool. How's the Michigan market?
Michigan market's good.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, so is the Cali market. Like, you know, all these people want to complain about market and this and that, and it's like a lot of these dudes just totally watered themselves down by getting into these mega facilities and stuff like that. But I think the market's great everywhere. Like, you still see dudes eating at expensive ass restaurants all the fucking time. Like, the market's fine. The people that complain about the market are normally the ones kind of like in the muddier waters. You know what I mean?
And the people that complain about the market, they never laid block. They never work on the construction site.
They've never done trenching for fucking 10 hours a day.
Yeah, they've never done that. So I'll take this, you know, all day long. People say that growing weed is hard. It's not hard. It's just nonstop.
It's very hard to be consistent.
Yes. Kind of like golfing.
Growing weed, but like to be consistent every run. You know what I mean? You have one bad run, that's what you're remembered for. But I mean, people have made more money because of cannabis than anything else. There'll never be another industry like that. So people are like, oh, how's the market? Like, the market's fine because I'm still seeing people eat steak and lobster every night. I can eat steak and lobster every night if I wanted to. You can eat steak and lobster every night if you wanted to. Like, look around. Like, look at the store. Look at the grow next door, the warehouse. Like, the market is fucking amazing. It's just so much energy is spent on talking about, oh, how much better it could be and how shitty it is and a shortcome and, oh, we used to make so much more money. Well, that's because that was not fucking practical. And everyone who thought it was practical are the ones who are complaining. The people that really knew what was going to happen and what really happens when it comes to producing a tangible item, you know, knew what was going to happen.
Right. The other thing is that people fail to understand is that, you know, before you used to grow anywhere between 1 to 2 pounds of light. Now with the technology nowadays, you're growing double that, and with a lot less people because a lot of the automation.
Correct.
It's taking you know.
And everybody's getting good, so now you have everybody growing good weed.
Good weed.
And good weed is now called mids. Because like the mids that I'm seeing are not mids. It's good weed. It's just it's large production mass of it, and so they're kind of stuck in this thing where I'm able to, you know, I'm able to recognize something. I have to do something different. I have to go back almost. I have to start doing teas and incorporate teas and flavor enhancing and enhancing and doing all this different stuff to flower to make it better. Whereas you can't do that when you have fucking 700 lights,
it's tough.
1,000 lights. Like, so you have to grow the best commercial production you can. And what happens is there's a lot of good growers, like all the dudes that we used to make fun of have gotten good. You know what I mean? The Romanians have gotten good. The Asians have gotten good. Hmong have gotten good. Some of the burnout hippies have gotten good. Like, people have gotten better over time, just the evolution of this whole fucking thing.
The information's out there. You can Google a lot of stuff. You can go on Instagram.
Any information you want. You got ChatGPT.
Everything. Yeah,
ChatGPT now is crazy.
For
fucking nuts.
And I don't think there's a person, including this guy, the videographer, that doesn't use ChatGPT for everything.
I mean, I use it.
Everybody uses ChatGPT. It's like it's not
Amazing.
even Google anymore. Even Google kind of says it's ChatGPT, and the technology's gotten so much better that you're right. Even this big MSOs, they're growing fucking good weed. You know why? Because the technology's there, the knowledge is there. Guys that were in the industry, moved up to those roles to where they're head growers for MSOs, and they're producing fucking good weed at scale.
So yeah, I'm gonna continue just doing exactly what I'm doing, selling the best under canopy light in the market, growing the best flower that I can, giving out all the genetics that crush it for me and I make great money with. I'm gonna keep hunting, keep breeding. We got some other projects coming up, and see you out in Michigan.
Sick. Sick, right? So that's what's next for Craft Farmer. Are you doing
Craft Farmer's gonna continue to make money. That's what Craft Farmer's gonna do.
Perfect.
And continue to step on heads and hold those fucking people underwater.
Sick. Well, you heard it here. Tell the viewers where they can reach you in case there's somebody on this fucking planet that hasn't heard of Craft Farmer. Let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, craftfarmer707@gmail.com, craft_farmer, craftfarmer707, craft.farmer, craft farmer,
He's got about as many Instagram freaking pages as
I'm
I
easy
have.
to get a hold of. You know what I mean? I help anybody that extends a hand, and I can. I don't, like I said, I don't have any ego over this. No gatekeeping. I got love for all my peers, even though I talk shit. I mean, it is what it is. I like feeling like I'm on the field, 24/7. And if you can't handle that, and I hurt your feelings, I'm going to tear you up.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Are the pages up now, or they're down?
A couple pages are up. Craft_farmer's up. Craft Farmer 707's up. Dude, what was legendary? Coming to your fucking show. Remember we were like, hey, fuck MJ BizCon. Let's not do this.
Yes.
You had a little turnout here. Dude, I made that place a fucking movie. Dude, the amount of money I made in your parking lot. Bro, I came, I fucking conquered, and I left with nothing.
I remember
that. That was so fun, dude.
That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it was hot as fuck that weekend. It was like the hottest October on record.
Bro, I left with 30 racks that day. I made fucking money that weekend.
Now we were going to have it this year, but maybe we should bring it back next year.
Definitely bring it back next year.
One day only, and then maybe a little bit later in the day, so it kind of goes into a night kind of thing, so we can turn on the lights.
It would be dope if there was some lights, some little techno.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, then bring it up in here, and then fucking.
Then I could have I could set up like a little nightclub, like VIP area, and maybe that could be my thing. The Pirate was a hit.
Pirate was
like
cool.
my little pirate thing.
Little Pirate was
so
cool.
maybe if I did like a nightclub,
we might bring it fucking back next year. This year
it was fun. It was a great time. I feel sorry for the 38 other vendors that nobody visited because they were so busy at my booth. RIP to every brand A through Z besides C, Craft Farmer. May God fucking have mercy on your soul. May the sales gods have mercy on all of you.
The motherfucker was throwing lights
over the fence.
Over the fucking fence. Over the fence. He had guys parking over there at United Way or whatever it is?
Goodwill.
Goodwill. It's like park over there, just throwing them over the fence.
That was a movie. That's when I first met Jeff, Case God.
Yes.
I was at that event, and then we got Jeff to move out here to Cali to come join the team. And dude, Jeff's fucking awesome. Jeff has pivoted, with all social media going down and losing our views, and we've lost the ideas we had and the shit we were doing, and so Jeff has pivoted, and he's in the fucking garden and grinding and doing teas and planting with me, and I fucking love having Jeff around. I love having part of the team, and his vibe is fucking awesome. And I met him at your show, and he lived in Oklahoma at the time.
Yeah, when he pulled up before you did. He says, "You know what? I've been in the fucking cultivation room a lot." And you know what? I give you guys fucking credit now. It's fucking like, it's constant work. I go, yeah, it's never.
We threw him to the wolves.
Yeah, it's never ending. Yeah. So you say he's doing every part of cultivation?
Every part of cultivation. He's a dad. He's a husband. He has another kid on the way. He does all the shots for us and marketing and does stuff for a lot of other people. Again, we're not gatekeepers, you know, so he can go do whatever he wants and whoever's interested. And yeah, just amazing person to have on the. I like just spending time around him. You know what I mean?
Yep, and he said you're being so busy, he hasn't seen you in like a couple of weeks. He just got to see you the other day for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, just here and there, and I'm gone, and you know, here and there. So yeah.
So it seems like you got a good team. They're handling everything.
Got a phenomenal team. Like very small, but like my team is everything. My team is what allows me to go and do the things I do. To go out and get us our accounts. To go out and have the fucking confidence to be like, dude, check this strain, do this. You know, like the people around me, you know, have given me all my superpowers.
Nice. Cool.
And they allow me to talk all that shit.
we all love it. We all love it. Like I said, I don't understand how people can be so hateful on Instagram. Like taking the time.
Bro, it's easy. When you see me win so fucking hard, it's easy to hate.
Like,
you know?
If people come on my page, it's just to take the time to go on somebody's page, just hate. It's like, dude, what's wrong with just swiping?
Yeah.
Swipe, okay? Or
you know what I saw? That is
whatever.
just, to me, that's just people that are just hurting. You know, I'll see people make a comment about me when I'm commenting positivity on someone else's page. Like, oh, go take your mid somewhere else. And it's like, so look at your comment and then look at mine. Like, I'm thinking, oh man, that's fire. That's not fire. His weed sucks. And it's like, dude, you're just such a bum. You're just such a fucking guppy. You know, you're a mudfish.
Yeah.
You're that fake fucking shit they put in the sushi to fill it. You're a fucking filler in our life. Like, we just can dispose of you and we'd be in a much better place. You're a fucking fluffer. You're the people that come over here and jack the dick off and lick the head before they go into the porno. You fucking fluffer.
Fucking fluffer.
You bottom feeder. That's you.
That's the new fucking name for Instagram.
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
You're the fluffer.
You're the fluffer.
You're the fluffer.
You suck on the peen head to try to get it hard before the dude goes in to do a fucking performance.
Oh my God, that was great. I think we're gonna call it with that one today. You guys are gonna have to tune in, check out the Craft Farmer episode number 17, and let's give it a shout out to our sponsors: Trollmaster, the future of intelligent farming; Think Guerrilla D, best lights in the market; Mango Tech Store. He said it. Look at this place. This place is fucking gorgeous.
Beautiful.
There is no backdrops. There's no store like this in the fucking planet. This is the Apple store.
Dopest store there is.
Hydro equipment, especially for Trollmaster and Thinker LED. And lastly, once again, if you're not using mango juice, you just ain't juicing. Let's go. All right. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Cool, man. That was fucking funny. It's always funny. It's always a pleasure.